You have a company name?
Oh yeah, Above and Beyond.
Above and Beyond. Okay. Oh, wow.
There we go.
That is bright.
If it's too bright, my head will glow, so be careful there.
Hey, I know all about that. All right, go nuts.
I'm here with Josh from the Repopulation, the game, and that is Above and Beyond Technologies that created this, right? And we are with Repopulation, which is up here as a sandbox MMORPG.
That is correct.
Right, and that definitely inspired me to ask the question, what does sandbox mean when it comes to this MMORPG?
Sure. I mean, sandbox means a lot of things to different people. We kind of define it as players be able to kind of drive their own style of gameplay. Players can craft pretty much without any combat, so if they want to be a craft-oriented player, they can do that. We offer player cities where players can manage and build their own cities in non-instance areas. There's also siege elements involved with that as well, and trade. So we allow players to kind of build that way. We have like customizable pets. People can do resource collection, stuff like that, non-combat roles. So we offer kind of a bit of options that allow really the players to do what they kind of want in the game, how they want it.
You've mentioned a lot of customization of character type elements. Do we go beyond that, such as into, I want to say terrain, into towns or something like that?
So yeah, I mean, we don't have terraforming, unfortunately, so there's no like massive terrain, that's not like the voxel style stuff. We don't have that, unfortunately. But we do allow players, when they do the player cities, the player housing, they can place structures down. So basically when they do that, they'll see the structure in game, visually how it's supposed to be. And there's a little bit of detection checking, stuff like that. Actually, they can actually place it down. Once they place it down, it's live in game. So with the player cities, that's non-instance. So we have those out in the contested areas, which is a pretty good large, about 1/3 of the mass of the land area in the game. It allows them to place down the structures and the buildings however they want. Some of the buildings are just kind of cosmetic. They're there for building purposes, just look pretty. Some of the stuff they do will actually increase the happiness of the cities because they can grow and build the cities and offer more resources. So we got that. And I mean, the customization beyond that, we have like with equipment, with characters, they got base equipment that they can use. Then they put it in fittings, which are kind of like sockets, allows them to modify the attributes on the fittings. So this allows them to really customize their equipments and weapons however they want. Same thing with the armor. We do something very similar with pets, vehicles, so allowing really kind of players to design it how they want without kind of locked into a certain selection of items.
Well, being an MMORPG, you must have some kind of server system. Does that mean that people are going to have to subscribe in order to be a part of it?
You're asking basically, it's going to be free to play. Okay. So what we're looking at in the free to play model is we're going to have we kind of got a quasi-box model. What we're looking at is going to be like 20, 40, 60, like one-time fee. That unlocks some features, so you'll still be able to play without it nagging too badly at you or anything like that. But it'll lock extra inventory stuff like that. Some people are pretty common used to that. Beyond that, cosmetic options mostly. So there'll be some different armor shells, open shells, kind of like we talked about, with have the base stats. So you get different options there. We're passionately trying to stay away from the pay-to-win type of areas. We don't want people buying power. So in order to get really what you need in the game, you'll have to earn it. So it's not something you can just buy easily with money.
Well, we have an internal trading system.
What?
And will you be able to trade inside the game?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So
that's like a store. So
let's start with that. I'm not sure what side you're asking, but on the trading, we'll have like the auction, and we'll have allow them like a reverse auction, which allows players to place items up normally, which is normal auction. The other auction is that they want something. So let's say they want a grade A or grade B resource. We do different grades of resources from A to F. So depending on the rarity you get, the better the produced item you'll get from the crafting recipe. This also allows people to specialize in the crafting and get at a higher level to produce better stuff. So we have that trading element. If you're talking about more from like the pay to win to sell credits, money, whatever, we don't have that system in place. You won't be able to like buy a bazillion credits. You also won't be able to buy stuff you can sell for a bazillion credits either. So.
Let me take a step backward. Sure. Tell me a little bit of your roots. Did you start out as modders, develop just people with a passion? Where did this all come from?
We are a kind of a indie group mixed all together. Me personally, my background is in education and IT. I worked at K-12 school district, running like IT infrastructure, stuff like that, running server systems, running data centers. I've always kind of like a development background. I did a small mod called Raftman back in 1999 when I was in high school. Did that for about 7 years. So I kind of enjoyed that, but it's it's a mud. It's not really big. People aren't flocking to MUDs. So we got that. Study, our lead art director over there, he went to school for that, and he's kind of been a freelancer. So we brought him on. JC, who's not here, is our other lead programmer. We kind of share the role. He's in Thailand, and he's kind of has a background in building a lot of like the websites you go to get information about games.
Yes.
So he builds kind of a lot of that. He goes through and like gets information from the databases to populate it. And he's had that in a little few things, but I think he shipped a tile or two. So, but that's kind of our background. We got a lot of mixture of different people, different volunteer people, some more skilled people, some just who kind of just work together with us to create mission storylines, stuff like that. So
yeah. So it was a one person's vision, or was it a group of your vision that came together? Is this something that you all came together on Google Docs with, and then turned it around and said, here's an engine we can afford, and go from there?
Yeah, kinda. I originally started like working on what's called the MMO kit, which is a torque-based thing. I got together with JC shortly after that. We're kind of doing the same thing. It's like, I might as well work together, we're both pretty good at this. So we started working together, and we brought Stadi in. Then we got Jennifer, who's out front. She came in about a year or two ago. So we've been kind of collecting different resources, skill sets for the game. We're small indie, so we pay a little here, a little there, but mostly it's a lot of volunteer work as well. And that's just kind of how it all came together. We're kind of, originally trying to build a similar game, and just kind of everything meshed together. We have very similar interest, game style played, stuff like that. So. Okay.
Now I noticed on the screen behind me that there is something that says it's alpha. Is it still an alpha, or when can we see something? When can the public see something?
Sure. If you're talking about public release, it'll be a little while, but we're doing closed alpha right now. We're playing closed beta towards the end of the year, Q1 next year, but we are allowing people in the closed alpha. We do have like a backer system where people do pay in to get into that, but we also do let people in that have not backed us. We've got quite a few people in as well. So there's an alpha submission request for that. A lot of times we also bring in people who are really active in our forums. They're really familiar with the game. They're good testers. Yep. Even if they're not backed us, if they're really active, we want to bring people in that can really assist and know what they're doing, give you good feedback. It's really important to us because we try to set a time schedule, but we work really more so on milestones. Okay. So make sure that we're getting good feedback, that the testers are telling us we're ready to move forward. So it's just it's done what's done approach. So
if we want to back you, how do we do that?
You can go to our website. We have up on our menu allows you to I think it's early adopters, what's called. Okay. So we have packages. I think it range from $25 all the way up to. We did $3,000, which was through the Kickstarter. We don't get too many of those, but we got a lot of people who do like the 50, 100. What that allows them to get is it's actually a discount as well. So they'll get compared to what you would get if you paid like 50 or 100 when the game ships. It'd be a little cheaper. Beta access, guaranteed beta access. There's some other things that we add in there in the higher levels, like customized equipment that our artists will go through, like a statue. Sure. So it's a variety of different things. It's kind of similar to what you see because we did a Kickstarter, and it's kind of similar plans than when we did that.
All right.
Yep.
All right, Josh. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, and that's it. We'll be seeing some more in the by the end of the year, and then definitely next year.
Yeah, we should have some more videos coming out. We have some clan members that are working on some videos throughout this. I don't think we mentioned that, but we have about 40 or 50 people online as well, beyond the people that are playing here. So a lot of them some are even fairly new to playing this right now. So we got it all set up, and they're playing online. We have some clan members some guild members that we've been working with over probably the last year or two, and they're in there kind of going through that. And they're going to be recording some video over this weekend, so we'll have some more stuff from this, and it's going to be busy next few months. Just release some more information. Got a lot of information already out there, but we're going to start focus more on feature videos, kind of get that out there as well.
All right. Thanks again.
All right, thanks guys.
That's it.